So cool they don't commemorate whining this boss. Of course! It was a person. Ah, okay, now that's why it was still there.
As I feared.
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
Oh, she doesn't see that. That's true. She can see that. I forgot it. Ah, I knew our hearts were gonna be smashing. I knew it.
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether.
There is no ether.
Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
Oh, wow.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhap so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
They cannot be saved.
Not by any means known to me. Or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
So where they go?
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe. You put your secret at risk. Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, I-One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone.
Ah.
I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzetan will not survive.
Take me with you.
Ah, no!
I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here.
I stand!
The last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
Oh my gosh!
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Oh my god. Ah!
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now,
Shall we? Oh my god! Oh, I say!
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Ah, okay, so Leander is at the moon. Einstein is flying around. Ah, I don't like when they start to get divide themselves. Oh dear. Our radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city. Though it pains me to know those beasts were once more on people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Okay, so no more transformation, but I see the sky here is still apocalyptic. See? The sky is still red. All right. Right, guys? Did you guys cry on those good scenes also, or just me? Predic, where are you? I want to see your... your gear. Look at me, I'm already crying. I need alcohol. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There, I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. No, it's a good time. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alice and I will see the Parkson's Park. Tancred and Stola pray make for Drummond. I leave Artha to Gara and you, Hestia. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta that we might share what we learned with the site. Deal! Shall we be off now? Artha is home to the High Crucible of Alchemy, whose alchemists forged many of our warnings scales. That seemed as good a place as any to begin our investigation. Don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuhadan, chief alchemist there, on our last visit. We should be happy to answer our queries. Alright, let's go, Gara. Oh, I remember those red eyes. You were with those scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the Strap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crushing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I hear panic screamings coming from the direction of Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the friend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next, to the Bazaar Dam. Yes, let's go. Let's go! So this is the Vernon wave. I must say it bears a resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvus. Is not wonder really, given that it's just across the block. Not that I'm much of an expert in Corvus culture, of course. I've not had the occasion to visit my ancestral home since coming to Charlia, and like as not, I would never reside there again. That saying, in recent days I felt more actually aware of my heritage and grateful for it. It is thanks to my forebears that I inherited the royal eye, and with it the wisdom of ancient Alad. And so well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe. And one day, when this calamity is but a memory, I would like to see Corvus again. If only once. Oh my god. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wars, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one through Thor through the west side of the bazaar would have better lucky asking there. Alright, let's go. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Oh yeah, I saw it all. Though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fan, its massive body bursting through the entryway with the force of a tidal wave. And then it was gone, as quickly as it came. Sisters, have mercy. What is happening in the world? What am I told? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe. Sister, have mercy. Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First, I hear the screams. Then I heard of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a married, throwing people about like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and whining kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. That's enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscattered. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that is the most we can expect the people here to tell us. I think it's the best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Judging by the accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetherite Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that mayhem can surely tell us more. Let's go there. Go there. Going after the enormous beast, are you? Yeah. I saw it, included the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn, the gods for putting me there. It started over there, by the window. A few men merchant probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, the leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stand a hideous, slavering beast, massive and full, all gaping mouths and bulging eyes. His friends start shrinking Then the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I'll tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw Mihiel, the barmaid, chatting with them. So she might know something. Okay. Bartender. The bartender. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it, anyway. I saw it too. We all did. I was standing here at the counter as Married poured me a drink when suddenly there came this dreadful sound like a panic, angry groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sent shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to sleep outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Married, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky begins to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Marriott's Marine. What can we get you? We have come not for liberation. I don't know how to say this word. But rather for information. You are Mihiel, yes? We're investigating the so-called blasphemy on the Strap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant. It's not the merchant that I see it. Because he's not here. Is he here? Is the merchant? Is my friend? The first underwent the transformation? What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzahal was his name. It was Kalzahal? It was my friend? Ooh. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the export of Tavernian specialities. It definitely rings a bell. Come to think of it, did you met Kaza when you first came to Tavernian? If I recall correctly, he ran a training operation in Idealmand. It was through him that the Scions were acquainted with the fisherman Matsai. I think I remember him. Yes, this is the same with Hausa. No doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of trading consortium, indeed. Kazahal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of the yesterday's meeting. As far as I could hear, yet as they discussed matters further, Kazahal's tones grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kazahal in particular? Please, anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kazahal lived for his work and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it will help. What do you say? Sure, let's go. Level 89. Kazahal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kaza lived there since childhood and was known through the neighborhood. Kama, the name is new to me. How do we get there? I will write down some directions. I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. That's true. Appreciate it. Come, let's see where this leads. Oh, you're gonna accompany me? Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's see. After leaving the Mayhem, we're to retrace our steps and head back towards the Aether Plaza. Yes, that's very good. Now, the residents of Kama should know more of Kazu's circumstances. If we follow his directions, we'll be there in no time. Okay. Residents of Kama should know more of his circumstances. We follow, yeah. Okay. Almost there, almost there. Oh, same. I follow the directions. Look at me, such a pro. I never follow the directions. That's a new thing. And this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Kaza. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelters indoors. So, let's talk to people inside. Probably, right? Yeah! Kalzaha, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging off late. No surprise, really, what? With how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at the night I hear the door open. I look out to see Kalzaha sitting on a bench, his head hung low. A man with the ways of the world on his shoulders. I see. The situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Kalza, cordial and honest like always. These questions you are asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughter told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I hear little about these bizarre going-ons. Oh. Rest assured, the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter and be prepared to take refuge should the strap order it. Oh, that's so sad. Could you come back another time? I was just wake up. And I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit chat. Not a morning person. Well, that's one way to avoid a panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to the Pavanier. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know the local merchant named Kalza? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? That is me in the morning. Right? Kalza? Oh, I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ruveda Fibers. Why? Why he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinaba might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Brokered the arrangement. This sounds promising. Alright, let's. If I'm not mistaken, these stairs lead to. Yes. It is quite the sight, the red sky above. During the final days of yore, the heavens burned and the stars fell. Creation magics run amok. That was my assumptions when I saw Emerald. Perhaps the ancients believed the same, that the terror of a single powerful individual was the cause of the calamity. And yet, those self-same horrors now manifest themselves before our eyes. What could it be at the sets of the heavens aflame and turns ordinary men into beasts? That's what I want to discuss. They're farming silkworms. This must be Ruveda fibers, where we should find Jinabaha. Yes. Can I jump here? Is guys gonna come with me? Yes. Alright. And hurry, I say. There is no time to waste. Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. Let's do it! And you can carry our fabrics. Go through the door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Kamala Harris? Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. Oh, we're gonna have a time? I'm not good at timers. I'm probably gonna have a time for that. Kamala. Hello. Here is for employees only. Out. No, I'm here to help. What's that? You come to help? Oh, Price Bichuminguruba. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On our way here, you pass a 3-stair house, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Dahabrifa by the stair house near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Mohua. And that massive crate there goes to Zaymera by the middle stair house. Watch your back with that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they're being delivered, consider your work here complete. Alright. I'm gonna have time. I know I'm gonna have a timer. One minute. Jesus. Did I? I did it. I did one. Okay, that's close. Not that bad, I have to say. Ah, it's pretty close. You were 2 steps from there. Why you can't go and take yourself? Oh, am I gonna carry this big box? Oh! That's so cool. Because it's too heavy. Let me put it away from you. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. You carry all the crazy to the storehouse, you say? And so quickly. Thank you. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. And my associates will see to the rest. So please return to Janabaha, and assume him our work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we are grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late. But generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Ah, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. So sweet. All right. Hello, DJ. Done as I asked it, have you? Did it, even the big one. If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. Now we can talk. I too have delivered the instruments and the apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we will not lose any more to those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then, before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. Panic. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed, you knew the merchant Casa, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Casa? I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics. But in the end, we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible of withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he discussed it with his associates, but I couldn't tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Vanaspet? Yes? Soldiers and jungle dollars pushed it to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kalsa. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be that such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. Interesting. Interesting. Emotions. We were to reconvene with the others in front of Megaduta. Were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they will have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than anywhere's. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern and pray you to take care as well. Our life is precious. Everything else you can build up.